Okay guys, second part of the stream, second stream of the day. We are live. Let me share the link to the server. Day 16. Time flies by super fast. Wrapping up text sampling and sacrebleu eval, plus fixing the FSTP incompatibility issue. Okay, closing that up there. Let's go. Let me turn on the live chat, and we're live. Okay, where we stopped was I'm trying to get this code here to work by just running it directly. So apparently it's meant to be always used as a module, so I just need to understand how to run this as a module. How can we run a Python file as a module? Relative imports for the billionth time. People are like, everybody's sick and tired of Python's logic for doing this. So let's see, module. Okay, program provides a fully qualified path to the Python program's entry module, the starter file. Uses the currently active file in the editor. By specifying a specific starter file, you can always be sure of launching your program with the same entry point, regardless of which files are open. For example, if you use this, okay, you can also rely on relative path from the workspace root. For example, if the root is this, then you can use the following example. Okay, and then module provides the ability to specify the name of a module to be debugged, similarly to the m argument. For more information, go here, see python.org. Okay, search as syspath for the named module and executes its content as the main module. Since the argument is a module name, you must not give a file extension. The module name should be a valid absolute Python module name, but the implementation may not always enforce this. So maybe the whole thing I had to do was this: just grab sacrebleu, copy the path, go to launch.json, go to module, and just actually just add this, and now try and run it. Will that actually work? And why not? There's no module named Python. Why do you even think I'm asking for this module name? I said, while finding the module specification for this, no module named. Got it. So I guess what we have to do after all was to potentially import sys here and then syspath append and just like hack it like this, like all good programmers do. This is the best programming practice for Python. Okay, so we just add that path here, and now if we run this, will this now work? No, it will not, because it's again attempting to, let me just see where it's crashing. Does it even go past this line here, or does it immediately crash? It immediately crashes. So even before we start doing anything, here we just try to run it, but it fails. Okay, just a second. Okay, so I have an alarm so that I don't forget to add a task. Let's add a community task. If someone can figure out the peak memory issue with FSTP when running 650 million on 2 GPUs, and then I can just link the issue I made yesterday. Okay, just a reminder to forget that. Now let's get back to this. So let's see, search syspath for the named module. and execute its content there. Okay, so what's up here? Why is this complaining? Let's see, Python args purpose module Flask debugging. Let's see an example here. Am I doing anything differently here? If we go launch JSON, let me see. We have name, we have type, we have launch, and then we have module, and then we have, wait, if we do it like this, will this work? Will this actually work? Like, okay, let's see if this is not failing. But of course it's failing here because attempted import with no known parent package. Awesome. Python. The most unintuitive import statement logic in the world, officially. Environment, Flask app, arguments, module console, arguments. Why is this not working? If anybody wants to help me stop suffering here, help me out. You're always alone when you're doing the most difficult things in life. Okay, let's see. I'm on my way to work, or I will be glad to help. Awesome, thank you. Thank you. Let me try and fix it until then. Name is set to. Okay, I guess we have to go through this step by step. Let's just dig into this answer. Here is an explanation. The short version is that there is a big difference between directly running a Python file and importing that file from someone else. Thanks a lot, QXI. Let me know your name so I can refer to you with your name. And importing that file from somewhere else. Just knowing what directory a file is in does not determine what package Python thinks it's in. Which is like the most stupid thing ever. Like, why would you? Why doesn't it know which directory you're in? That depends additionally on how. So just knowing what the directory a file is in does not determine what package Python thinks it is in. That depends additionally on how you load the file into Python, by running or by importing. There are two ways to load a Python file, as a top-level script or as a module. A file is loaded as the top-level script if you execute it directly. That's what we're doing. For instance, by running Python mfile on the command line. It is loaded as a module when an import statement is encountered inside some other file. There can only be one top-level script. Wait. Why not just call? No, can't do that. File is loaded as a top-level script. Mohammed, nice to meet you. There are two ways to load a Python file. A file is loaded as a top-level script if you execute it directly, for instance, by typing Python my file on the command line. It is loaded as a module when an import statement is encountered inside some other file. There can only be one top-level script at a time. The top-level script in Python file you ran to start things off. When a file is loaded, it is given a name, which is stored in its name attribute. If it was loaded as the top-level script, its name is main. If it was loaded as a module, its name is the file name preceded by the file names of any packages separate by dots. For example, this. So let's quickly see what's the name when we run it. Print Python name. Will this actually work? Let's see. Let's try now. So we have a module. We're running a module like this. Let's see what Python thinks we are doing. Debugging Python import system. Yes. Python thinks we're running as main. Nice. So that means it's not really smart. So we expect this. So we're not running as a module. That's the thing. But beware, if you load module X as a module from shell command line using something like this, the name will still be main. So for instance, in your example, package blah 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 blah, if you imported module X, its name would be this. If you imported module A, its name would be this. However, if you directly run, let's maybe try this. Let's maybe try and do something like sacrebleu.sacrebleu. What happens now? Oh, this is sacrebleu, okay. With some exception being thrown. Why didn't this work? Error determining module path for sysargb. Util parent import Okay, let's continue to debug. If you run directly module X from the command line, its name will be instead main. And if you directly run module A from the command line, its name will be main. When a module is run as the top level script, it loses its normal name, its name is instead main. Accessing a module not through its containing package. There is an additional wrinkle. The module's name depends on whether it was imported directly from the directory it is in or imported via a package. This only makes a difference if you run Python in a directory and try to import a file in that same directory. For instance, if you start a Python interpreter in the directory this, and then you import module X, the name module X will just be module X and not this. This is because Python adds the current directory to its search path when the interpreter is entered interactively. If it finds the to be imported module in the current directory, you will not know that that directory is part of a package. Oh my god, so stupid. And the package information will not become part of the module's name. Special cases, if just like instead of having all this pain, we should just have absolute paths or something, like if you don't know how to make it easy. Special cases, if you run the interpreter interactively, for example, just type Python and start entering Python code on the fly. In this case, the name of that interactive session is main. Now here's a crucial thing for your error message. If a module name has no dots, it is not considered to be part of a package. It doesn't matter where the file actually is on the disk. All that matters is what its name is, and its name depends on how you loaded it. Now let's look at the quote you included in your question. Relative imports use a module's name attribute to determine that module's position in the package hierarchy. If the module's name does not contain any package information, then relative imports are resolved as if the module were a top-level module, regardless of where the module is actually located on the file system. Relative imports use the module's name to determine where it is in a package. When you use a relative import like this and this, the dots indicate a step up some number of levels in the package hierarchy. For example, if your current module's name is this, then module A would be package module A. For a from package to from two dots import to work, the module name must have at least as many dots as there are in the import statements. Okay, are only relative in a package. However, if your module's name is main, it is not considered to be in a package. Its name has no dots, and therefore you cannot use this. If you try to do so, you will get the relative import in non-package error. Scripts can't import relative. What you probably did is you tried to run module X or the like from the command line. When you did this, its name was set to main, which means the relative imports within its fail because its name does not reveal that it is in a package. Note that this will also happen if you run Python from the same directory where a module is and then try to import that module, because as described above, Python will find the module in the current directory too early without realizing it is part of a package. Also remember that when you run the interactive interpreter, the name of that interactive session is always main. Thus, you cannot do relative imports directly from an interactive session. Relative imports are only useful for use within module files. Two solutions. If you really want to run it directly, but you still want it to be considered part of the package, you can do this. DM tells Python to load it as a module. This is what I'm trying to do, but just through the debugger. Or perhaps you don't actually want to run it, you just want to run some other script. It uses functions in there. In that case, put my file somewhere else, not inside the package directory, and run it. If inside my file py you do things like from package module A import spam, it will work. So we can either go somewhere externally or try out how do we run this in VS Code. For either of these solutions, the package directory must be accessible from the Python module search path. If it's not, you will not be able to use anything in the package reliably at all. Since Python 2.6, the module's name for package resolution purposes is determined not just by its name, but also by the package attribute. And that's why I'm avoiding using the explicit symbol name to refer to the module's name, since Python is effectively this. Can we actually print this? Okay, it's not. So sacrebleu, why are you just sacrebleu? We go here. Let's see what happens if we do that random thing. So the name is again sacrebleu. I have no idea how we can get this to run here. Okay, so what we can do is this is in a main function. Okay. Let's do it like this. Let's just go somewhere else and run this function from there. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go somewhere else. Like for example, I'm gonna literally create a, let me think. Okay, I'm gonna create a file in fair.sec, temporary file. Okay, we're going to do import sys. We're going to say syspath append, and then grab this package. And then from sacrebleu import main, and then run, no, this one, exactly. And then just run main like this. Will this work? Will this sacrilege work? Of course, we'll have to change the arguments for the main. Why can't we import it? Because what? So main is here. From main, yes, like this. Come on, you can do it. Let's just go. Let's go. Yes. 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 Ah! The dirtiest workaround ever. This is gonna fail because we didn't pass the arguments. But I'm gonna fix that now because I'm gonna hard code everything. Swear to God, this is the hackiest solution that exists in the world. I don't wanna change it. I just wanna run it like this. I don't care about being proper in Python because design is so terrible. So there's the other option to run it like this. Okay, so this is the thing we've done. Now we have to do the following thing. Whew. Go to sacrebleu and just hard code everything here. Just hard code everything. Just go here, just grab and set this to the default value. Okay, because what else? Metrics m choice. Let's put the default. Default is gonna be this one, okay? And then the second thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put this one should be default 2. This should be default 2. This one should be default, as I said, it's gonna be default 2. Exactly, and then we need to pass in this as one of the arguments. I'm not sure which one. Where is the positional argument? Input and refs. Default. Oh yes, you're gonna have a default. Oh yes, you're gonna have a default. Yes, like this. And then this one is gonna be the reference. Okay, we might need to change something like what is a list and etc. But this should be good enough. God damn it, you're gonna run. Here it is. Let's go. We might need a couple more runs if we fail something. Keyword argument repeated. Default where did I repeat it? Somewhere in main I messed up with 2 defaults or whatnot. CHRF. This is the default, okay, and then character order. No, this is not default. This is default. Bye bye. Okay, save it. Run this. Stop, rerun. Enter. Why are you failing? Because what? Again, rerun. Enter, enter. Where do you fail? What's the problem? I guess we'll find out only here. Yes, thank you. And like, Python is a great language. There's a couple of things that are just terrible, like arc parse error messages here. Do at least have some? Do they have some dignity to tell me the actual unrecognized arguments? Oh. Okay. I get it now. My bad. I need to go with no arguments here. Nice. Actually, now that we are at it, we probably can do it without hard coding it there and just specifying it directly in parsec. So that's how we can do it actually. Yeah, let's do it like that. So let's go back here. Let's just undo all this madness. Save, grab the launch JSON, and add this one to parsec. Okay, go to temporary, go to launch JSON, go to here, debug, sacrebleu. Okay, and everything else remains the same. Okay, so now we should be able to run it, I think. Enter. Yes. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Oh my god, I lost so much energy doing this. It's literally exhausting. Standard input read. What's this file no? File no. What's file no? Let's go. Huh. Input. So we have to pass in input after all. Before, and this one should be before. Okay. So here we have to specify this as an input, like this. Stop. Let's rename this one to test sacrebleu. And let's run it. Actually, we just have to specify debug. Okay, we didn't pass the arguments. No module named S, what? Oh. No, we're just gonna be a program. Okay. There's a ton of minor details. Test sacrebleu, rerun. Please don't fail now, please. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, thank you. Go here. Okay, here is the reference is A. And then this is the input. Okay, let's go back. Okay, read the references. 4. Okay. Get the length of this, which is going to be 1, and then grab the max between that and number of references, which is going to be 1. So okay, and then go through this number and file, and then smart open. Of course, you're going to be smart. You're going to open it, and we're going to strip the line, file, and then if the number of references is 1, then just append this to this, and then we're done. We're done. Okay, so number of references is 1. Let's go. Open it up, strip, add. That's it. Length 1. Filter the subset. Okay. Follow to summon. File. No, none, 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 none. Okay. Okay, we go here. We go through the metrics. Yes. This is the metric. These are the arguments. Let's go. If it starts with it, then it starts with a prefix, then we add it. Let's go. Here are the arguments. Everything is default except for word order. That's right. And then we additionally add the references here. Upper, grab the name, pass in this. and we get the metrics. That should be it, I think. Almost. What I should have done is in sacrebleu, I should have been a bit more verbose here, maybe file 2 and then zusammen. Something like this. Let me quickly stop this just to make sure I'm understanding this properly. Okay, let's rerun this. Let's go. Line, add the line, add the line. We're done. So we basically have, okay, those are the references. Otherwise the lines will be split. And then we just append to the reference number. Let's see if we had multiple references. Okay, just append to the lines and then append this here. Let's go. Filter the subset. Okay. Let's go. Sanity check. Metrics. Get the actual config. Convert to upper and call this initialize as a metric. What we do in the init, just store all of this as none. Okay, let's go. References is not none, it's not, and we cache them. What does it mean to cache a reference here? Cache a reference. Given the full set of document references, extract segment and n-grams for caching purposes. Okay. Reprocess segment. Just put it to lower if this is lower. Otherwise sentence false. So just this is just identity function. And then extract the reference info from the lines and append to the cache. What's the info? Extract the statistics like different n-grams. Remove the punctuation. And then append, and now we have 8 of these, and then we add that to the n-grams. And then what does it do? We do the same thing again. And so we just end up with this ref cache. Okay. So it was just caching the references in the ref cache. Okay, let's go. We go through the names of the metrics we're using, CHRF, and we compute, we call it and we compute the corpus score. Corpus score with these sentences. These are set to none because we have already cached them. And then if confidence, else set to 1. Okay, let's see the score, how this is computed. Corpus score, hypothesis, references are none because they're cached. Okay, extract the corpus statistics if references exist. If this exists and the cache is equal to this, okay, and then we go through hypothesis, hollow zusammen, and we go through these, which are in English. IO, blah, 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 okay. So we go through them, we have the hypothesis and the reference. We pre-process the hypothesis to get, okay, and then compute segment statistics. Again, this is going to be done for what? This one is already in the right shape, so hypothesis probably. Extract everything from there. And then if this is true, then we remove punctuation. Extract word engrams. Okay. And then we go through the wrap engrams and these guys, and we extend here. And finally, compute the F score from the statistics. Whatever this does, we end up with a score. If the score is bigger than the best score, then we save it. Then we go with the next one and the next one. Okay, so we basically do it one by one. Process and append. And again, exit. And that's it. I need a token count. Hey Mehdi, thank you. And then so this is count. So if it's above 100, that means force. This is always going to be a false, so we're never going to exit here. Why is force set to true? Only useful for blue. And we're doing CHRF, okay? So that's probably how they do it. I don't know why they cache instead of just, yeah, probably just some optimization detail. Now, compute segment statistics, process segment, compute segment statistics. That one does the, depending on the actual self, which is currently CHRF. And then we return back the stats, which are these guys, and go back with stats, extract corpus statistics, aggregate and compute. Okay, we don't have to really understand every detail here. So we get the actual score like this. and we retrieve back the actual score. So that's how it roughly works. Okay. So we got the score, and then we get the signature. If the format is different than JSON, then go with the short. So we get the signature, and then results are gonna be score format with score only, and that's it. Print single results. Here is the result. Signature score, number of references, case mixed, version, etc. Okay, and then in detail, nope, and we're done. That's it. That's it. We now understand how this is being run. There is only one detail left. Are we sure we are passing the references in the right format, in the sense sometimes you need a double list of lists, sometimes you just need a list. How can we make sure we're not making an error there? So let's quickly understand that. So ultimately we do the corpus score, as we saw. Which basically does, let's quickly go once more through this. So let's run this. Hit F5, hit F5, hit F5, get to here, enter the corpus score. So we just do some checking, extract the corpus statistics, and then on top of the statistics we pass in, we get the actual score. So for the corpus statistics, we just go through hypothesis and reference cache, we iterate there, and we keep on appending segment statistics. Okay, segment statistics, and then we get up there and we retrieve it back. So like for every sentence we get these stats, and then we are done. And so we have stats now for all of the sentences, and up there we aggregate and compute the score. Okay, I think this should be correct. So corpus score, as you can see here, says we need a sequence of strings from the hypothesis. That's right. And we need a sequence of strings for references. Hey Nick, thank you. Thank you, man. Feel free to stick around if you have some time and you're interested in this. Close the window shaders. Okay, I think we're good. Going back to sacrebleu.py, let's go to the arguments again, all the way here. Reporting related, significance, bootstrap, TER, CHRF. These are just specific arguments for different metric selection. Do we want to go sentence level or not? By default, we're corpus level. So here are the IO arguments. These are the ones that I care about the most. Citation list, test, language pair, subset, download, echo. Okay. So input, read input from files instead of standard input. Exactly, and there can be multiple of those. So for us, we just pass a single file. And here, list of references. It should precede this guy, and default is empty. And the number of references by default is going to be 1. Default is 1, and encoding default is UTF-8. Sounds good, man. No worries. Okay, let's run it once more just to see exactly how the reference computation happens. I'm going to put the breakpoint here. We're done, guys. This is the last run here. Just making sure everything makes sense. Oh my god, I'm so happy I managed to solve this issue with relative imports. Oh my god, that was super painful. I almost died right there. Okay, so... Oh no, why didn't we put the breakpoint? Wait. Wrong location. Okay. Actually, I might spend a bit more time to understand this tool, but let's see. Okay, so first, let's just load the references. Okay, so references are a single file. A, as you can see here, where is my long JSON? So A comes before input, and that's why it's considered to be a reference. So we append it here, and then let's see. So this is the only place where we read the references right here, and then later we use them to filter. We use them to filter, and then we have refs. Here we just pass the system, which means we cache the refs before. Yeah, we first cache them. This is where the caching happens, and it basically just comes from the output, and output comes from the full refs, and full refs come from... Oh my god, why did you do that? So number of full references is just 1. In that case, just append the lines. Okay, looking good. This is all good. This is all good. I'm now certain this is making sense. This is not. We're using it in a correct way. That's important. Let me just quickly understand why they have citation. What's some of the BibTeX citation equipped? What citation? If citation is not in the dataset. Okay, they support some datasets basically here. A ton of them actually. So you can run directly on them. Do they have Flores? They might have Flores. Flores test. Just a couple of them. Interesting. And then what else? Print a list of available test sets. Okay, this is more if you want to use their test sets for references, I guess, and you input your stuff here. Okay, that's enough of analysis of sacrebleu. If we ever need to understand it better, we can do that, but we don't have to. It can be treated as a black box thingy. Okay. So let's go back to train. Let's stop this. We are now ready to start using this. So how we should use this is, let's go to blue. Whoops. Blue.py. Here we are. CHRF. So this is not the way it should be used. The way it should be used is we should call sacrebleu and then import corpus. So we need to import sacrebleu here. Import sacrebleu, or better yet, from sacrebleu import CHRF. Okay, and now go to our immediate representation. Here we are. And then this, and we initialize it, and then we pull corpus score. That's true. Let's quickly see. We might need to pass in the file. Let me see quickly. Let's go to main. Read the references. So we grab the CHRF and then we pass in the metric arguments. We basically leave all of the arguments default. So that means we can go to CHRF and just pass in the only one that's different for us is gonna be word order, which they've set to like 0. And we want to set to, so just a second, so we want to pass in word order set to 2, set that one to 2, okay, and then what else? Okay, let's just print these, make sure these are the same when we run it externally. So I have to rerun this again, just to make sure we have the same configs. F5, we are here. Let's see what this is. So here, let's just grab this. Copy, go to train, go to CHRF, paste this, actually go to CHRF here, paste this, just make sure we have the same stuff. This is 6, yes, this is 2, yes, beta is 2, yes, white space same, false, lowercase false, epsilon smoothing false. That's it. Those are the arguments. So we just need to pass in additionally references. Okay, that's it. So let's go back to our code. Let's pass in the references. What are going to be the references? Well, we'll have to compute obviously 2 scores for each of the languages. So let's create a scores dictionary, and then let's go for language coding generations, exactly whoops. We do what? We grab the to get the references we need the target string. That's the reference, right? So we need to grab the target ones. If we expand this and then, oh nice, that's actually a cool thing. So here we can just do like this. We don't need none of this. We'll need this probably. So just pass in target string as the reference. We might need to add additional set of brackets or something, maybe like this. We'll see exactly. But that's it. That's the first part. And now once we are in sacrebleu, what else do we do? So there was this metrics config or whatnot, okay. And then once we have the metrics there, let's see what else we do. And then this is the last thing basically. So we just call it and call corpus score with this and with this to get the score. And then we can also get the signature, and then we can append the results. So this is everything we need. After that it prints blah 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 and we're done. So very nice. We managed to get only the right parts of the code without having to call the command line version. I'm learning just a ton, guys. I'm really learning a ton here. So let us wait quickly one thing. When we have the metrics name, we allocate that to something and then, okay. So we have to do it like this. This is going to be CHRF metric. And then once we have that, we call corpus name on it by passing in the hypothesis string, no reference, and this is 1. This is 1, and I don't think that will change. So if we go, whoops. So let's go to metrics. So if we go here, if we go to CHRF, and if we call the corpus score, this one is by default 1, so okay, so we don't even need to pass that in. We can just go and do it like this, main.py, without passing that one default. And references, if we don't pass in the references, then what happens? If we don't pass in the references, oh, you have to specify something, so we're going to specify none. Okay, let's go back to train. Specify none there. Specify like this, and finally, let's grab again the CHRF metric, get the signature. Format, if it's different than JSON, then go here, otherwise go here. So I think we just need to specify false. And then finally, score format. score only. Do we need score only? Depends. Do we want to log these as numbers or what? And what's the width argument? If we go to sacrebleu, what's the width argument? Okay, floating point width. You can just specify one. Find this score thingy, corpus thingy. You retrieve back the actual score, which comes from here. Okay, let's go to CHRF score. Where's the score class? CHRF score. It's a score, and we have a format, and we can specify, okay, width. By default, it's gonna be 2. Score only is gonna be false. Signature is gonna be empty. And it's JSON. Okay, so we're gonna do what? So width, let's leave it at 2. Score only. For now, let's leave this as false. Signature, let's pass in the signature. And which one should be here? Should it be JSON or what? Is JSON default? Is JSON is false? If true, we'll output the score in JSON string. A plain or JSON formatted representation. Doesn't matter. It can be whatever the default is. And then we append this formatted score for this particular lang code. We're gonna just add this here. That's it, guys. As easy as that. So we don't even have to store anything else. You just grab the references, create the CHRF metric, and then call the score with the strings we computed to get the final score, and we store it, and that's it. So we just need to, we can delete this to do here. We just have to get it working with FSDP, and we have to just double check this actually works. Okay. So with that, stopping this, setting the training config, and testing how this works. Okay, kicking it off. Let me think how we can speed it up a bit. How we can speed it up. Maybe. Let me think. Generations. We keep on getting the generations. So maybe if the length of generations is bigger than some number, then we just break quickly. Okay, so if the length of generations for that language code is like bigger than, I don't know, like 50, immediately break. We should do this here so that we stop the whole thing, and then we enter into the second language. Okay, this is just a shortcut to quickly grab only 50 of these, break, and then go and sort them, and then come here to compute the score just to double check we did not mess up anything. Otherwise, we'd be waiting 2-3 minutes, which too lazy for that. So let's just compute this. Nice. This is now completely equivalent to what we've done before here. Why is it not stopping? Okay, it's gonna go through this whole thing here. Wait, what's the length of this? Did they make a bug? 7. What? Why are you so slow? Aha. Oh. Oh. I messed it up. This should be here. And then just break it on both places. Okay. I mean, okay. I just need a little bit of sentences, otherwise, I don't know. Just to get something that looks like a reasonable number. By the way, this is going to be a good thing for us to understand what's like the lowest CHRF you can get. If with the gibberish output that we currently have, we are getting 17 for CHRF, that means we have to be way above that, obviously, to consider that we have a good translation. I don't have a good feeling for, okay, here we are. Length is 2. Go through here. Okay, here it is. So this guy is just going to be like this, and this one is going to be like this. And so what we want to do in reality is convert this into a list. How do we now convert this into a list instead of a tuple easily? Well, I guess we'll just have to do something like this. And then for this guy, same thing. Otherwise it will not work. I'm fairly sure it's gonna fail or not. Who knows? Did we get any score? 071. Okay, that's good. That's good. And here's the signature. Nice. And get the score. And we messed up something unexpected. Oh, because I made a mistake there. Score, score, score. Where is the signature? Signature is actually like this. Score only, and then I used CIG. Like this. Stop this. I think we're not good. So we pass in a list and a list. And here we just passed a list. So yeah, I think that's how we are calling it here. So if we enter, if we run, let's just run this. let's just go to test sacrebleu. Let's specify that we want to go debug mode. Okay, and now read the references. Go here. So as you can see, it should be a list, and then inside of it should be yet another list. That's the format. And for inputs, also called system or whatnot. Let me find it. Systems. Okay, so here we pass in system. And this one is just a list. That's it. So I think we're not doing this correctly. So again, grab all of these above, ignore the sample IDs and the sources, take the target, take the hypo string, which is the, maybe we can say translated or something, target and translated, and then okay, looking good. So these are the references, and then we compute with the actual translations to get the score, and then we get the signature, and then we get the final score here. And once we have the score, we'll want to also log that to weights and biases, obviously. So to do log to weights and biases in some format. So for that thing, I suppose we'll want to have, we don't want to just log it as, we want to log it as a number, but I also don't want to disregard the signature and everything. So that's why I'm thinking here, how can we specify the signature? Okay. Actually, a good thing would be if we mapped inside of the table, if we had the scores there as well. So in that case, what we could do is we have a global score for the whole corpus, and then we have the signatures down there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log like this. Let's do the log, and then let's do the CHRF ++, and then we grab different language codes. So again, we're gonna do something like this. We get the score. We can do score only. In that case, we just put this number here, and we're done. Almost. This is CHRF for what? For some language, right? So we have to put that some language should be here. This should be F string. This should be like this, and then we can have a language code. So for this language, this score is going to be this big, and that's it. And then here, I would prefer to have to compute not the corpus score, but instead the sentence score. Corpus score, nope. Let's go let's see. Corpus score. And then we also have sentence score if it's sentence level. Otherwise, we go here. And then we exit, early exit. So sentence level is called up there, or here, or here. Sentence level. In that case, we do what? We grab the metric and the system, and then for the metric we compute the sentence score for each of the hypotheses and references. Let's try that quickly. If we specify sentence level, what do we expect here? So if we specify this in our launch JSON, this, let's now run it. Sentence level, sentence level, sentence level, test run with debug sacrebleu. Okay, let's see what we get for sentence level. Hit F5. Blue effective order. Oh my god. Like it will not, we're not computing blue. Okay, and then we enter here. We grab our metric object that we specified here. Did anything change? I don't think so. We had to grab the arguments and get only those, and then specify the refs, and then call it here. Okay. And now we go to the references. Hypothesis should be just a string, and this one should be a list. And we do just compute the score. And then we format the score. That's how I understood it as well. Do we actually have to okay, so for corpus score here we would actually be using the logged cache. Okay. Let's just save this. Let's go to train and let's compute it here. We can grab the same metric, I think, and just put it here. And we can reuse it because so this is the hypothesis and this is the reference. And once we have the score, we can format it like this. Get the signature and format it. false, and then width can be whatever it is. Scores only. Actually, this is going to be false, and then we pass in the signature. Right? I think that's it. Get signature format, we get the signature, and then we pass in the signature. We have to specify the keyword. That's it. Signature, score only, score, format, and we say we print it here. We can also log it, but let's start here. This should work. If we don't specify the references, then what happens? Nothing. So just to avoid potential issues once we upload, once this version is maybe updated, let's do it the proper way, which is to construct this again. For each of the generations, we want to have yet another metric without the references. Okay, and then we want to use that one to do it like this. Score, signature, whatever format means, and then passing that score only with print. Let's add the translation and the CHRF++, and then we add formatted score to here. That's, I think, it. We now have this in the table. We logged the value there with the number of updates there. And that looks good. Let's rerun the training. Let's see what's going on in Discord, if anything. Did anybody write anything? Let me just mention I've solved this. Oops, just a second. Stack Overflow link island. Okay, here we are. Whoops, what happened here? Why am I entering here? Because I added a... sorry, this is sacrebleu. Let's stop it. And what about train? Okay, train, we're here. We grab this, we convert this into a list, which gives us what? It gives us this, and these are the corpus score. References have been added already up there. These were the references. Oh no. No, guys. Fuck my life, this won't work. This has to be here. Because for every language we have a different set of references. Wait. So again, we get all of the translations, we get all the target strings. We use those as the references to create this metric, and then we'll have to do that again for the second one. And here it does not matter because we're just using sentence score. So we can create it once. We can actually just create this one once, but anyhow, let's go like this. And now this should work. We run. Quickly check some messages. Here we are. Double check this is a list of lists. Compute the score, get the signature. What would we do if we, so if this is with format false and what is with format true? What's the difference? Aha, just some shorter. Wow, lol. Doesn't change anything really. And then format score only signature. 071. Okay, it's very low score. Let's again experiment maybe a bit with this one. And then if we put 1, we get 0.7. Okay, 2 makes sense. Score only. We put false, then we get this whole madness. Score only is going to be false down there with 2, with signature. If we don't pass the signature, then we just get it like this. Okay, again, this is mostly just, we don't care about this in here, but we will care about it a bit later. Save this one. Oh no. Number of updates referenced before. Where? Why don't I have this number of updates should be literally all the way up there. Now it's looking good. And the final step will be to fix FSTP. Might be overwhelming people with my amount of work in the chat. Hey, this is good. This is a string. Will it matter? 0.71 for that one, and then here, literally 0. Nice. So here, let's go. Pick these. Grab. Here's the. It's good if people get alerts every message they literally signed up for it. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Sergey. We get the score. Aha. So here for the score, we'll want to format it. Get the signature, format the score, looks like this. So in this example, we have everything from the signature, from nrefs to version plus the score, and we log this to the table. And okay, let's go here. Let's log that, let's log that, and let's log this. And that's it. Let's take a look at this, guys. This was the previous one. Let's go to, is this the current one? 223, no, this is not the current one. Where is my dashboard? Overview, runs. Let's go back to runs. And I think this is the current one. This is the current one. And here it is, guys. We're logging everything, including the CHRF for these individual ones. And additionally, we are logging, let me see, where is the charts? Where is the eval? Tables, charts, valid. I don't see train, I don't see eval. Could it maybe be here somewhere? Nope. Huh. That's fun, because I would expect to have all of these other ones being logged. Eval and then this. Maybe this one failed because log might be expecting numbers and I gave them strings. And then eval wall should also give them a number. Let's just let this run. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna remove this. Update. Are we missing something? So we have two tables now. For every set of samples, we'll just have 20 sentences. That's good. And then we also have charts. Aha. So that's the error I made, as I suspected previously. I have to stop this. We have to convert this score into. We just need to, I think, grab a score here, and that should do it. Support score. Blah blah blah. Gives us the actual score. Let's go to this. Let's find the CHRF score. And if we just, can we just take out the score variable internally? Yes, this one is going to be float. And then this is going to be, yeah, I think we can just take out the score directly. So train.py, and instead of doing the signature, which we're not using, score only. Let's delete this, let's delete this, let's just take the score and then just log the score. And we don't even need this. That's a bit cleaner. Compute the score and save it. Now there's a confusing bit. Why is this not under... Why is this not under eval? Why is it in a chart? Everything else looks good. We create a table, we fill it in, and we submit it. And then we stop this, we grab the stats, and then we submit that as well under the same tag. Am I messing up something here? Let's rerun. We just delete all of these test runs. How can I go and delete them? While this is running, let me quickly delete these guys. Expand. I'll just want to delete weights and biases run. Okay, this is going to be soon ready because we're only collecting 20 of them, and here's the score exactly, and then we log that. Keep on going. This is probably the latest one. Yes, single table with data and charts. It's still complaining about the number. I don't get it. Mixing up something with weights and biases, but I'm not sure what. Let's see. I'm gonna put the breakpoint here. Okay. Find the progress bar. Let's go here. go here. So log to weights and biases, what they do is they have a prefix and then plus something, and then they log it. And that's logged as a value. And same here, I think I'm doing a good job here. Just pass in a dictionary, and that should log all of those values here in a proper manner. Why am I not seeing train inner? Or train, or am I messing up? The train logic. You have to empty your workspace. Well, I wanted to delete this either way. I want to delete all of the test runs. How does one do that? Can I batch delete runs? Let's try this. Get an alert. No, I don't want to enter. What? The expand button to the right of runs. Just a second. Just delete this one. So where is the expand to the oh here, this one might work. All of these have crashed. Now I want to delete them. Exactly. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. It helped. Delete the 20 runs. And then these are just the crashed runs. And finally, where are the first runs? Okay, this one actually worked. This is my first run. I don't want to delete this one. Let's delete all of these. And that's it. Let's just keep the first run. That's it. Okay. So let me think now. If I run this again, train, rerun, we need to see eval CHRF, we need to see eval wall, and we need to see the tables. But the table, I know it works, but like for some reason we're not getting these scores. Okay. Let's run. Something is not okay here, guys. Why is it still glitching? Apparently, they said I literally have to delete the whole workspace. That's kind of annoying. How can I see the... Something's completely messed up here. I think it might be my fault. I think we have to add this special aggregator or something. Let's see. I'm gonna try it. So validate here. As you can see here. Come here. So they have this whole logic here. New root. Not sure how this even works because this is now out of context, out of the scope. Yeah, something is definitely messed up. Let's stop this run. I'm gonna do the same thing. And then we're gonna do this aggregator get smooth values in the intermediate So here, so again, validate has it internally. Here we're gonna do it like here. Okay. And then pass in the aggregator internally. Okay. And now get smoothed values from aggregator. Is that how we do it? So validate, aggregate, and directly call get smoothed values. Looks like that's what they're doing as well. Okay. Get the smoothed values. And here as well. And the only value is this one. Right? No, but that completely does not matter for these ones above. Again, let's go back. Validate and save. They get the stats here. And then instead of manually calling weights and biases, they just pass stats here, subset and step. And then if we take a look at the progress bar, weights and biases, if we go to print, they call this and just pass the values, which means they're not doing anything else, right? They still call weights and biases with a step. And same here. They call the same thing I'm calling. Prefix plus key, and then stats keys. Let me just double check what this does here. Really weird syntax. Let me just open any temporary file I have lying around. Here it is. Just make stats something simple. Okay, and then just print key. Will this print number of updates as well, or just the stats? No arguments. Rerun. Aha, minus. Okay. Print everything except for the number of updates. That makes sense. And we're not doing anything different. we go here and we never log number of updates. We just set it as a step. Okay, let's try and rerun this once more. We should be done. This is just a minor glitch I'm trying to figure out with weights and biases. And then there is one more important detail, and that's to understand how to get this working on when we have multiple devices. How do we make this work, parallelize it or whatnot, or just make sure one is running while the other ones are lying around being blocked, which is probably the least optimal version we can do. That's the wrong config. I have to specify this one. Rerun. See? Let's wait for the new run. Why? Get smoothed values. Accepts to what? Aggregate. Get smoothed values. Huh. Nothing goes in there. Okay. Rerun. Go. It seems it ran without crashing. Same thing. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do as a test. Let me just see whether I'm the one messing this up or is it just weights and biases being glitchy. Let's just not call this one. Oh. Well, this is set to true. So it's always just running. Okay, that's fine. I don't understand still why. Let's just comment out this. That's everything I've added. Those two lines there. The function that it calls. If we uncomment this, we comment it out and then rerun. let's rerun train and see whether we get normal behavior here among the runs. Okay, here's a new one. Still nothing happening. I'm gonna go stretch my legs quickly and then come back to see how this is progressing. Mini break. 3 minutes stretching legs. Okay, guys, be right back. Here's the train. So everything looks good now. Which means, okay, this is something I've added. All of the losses. Let's see, what did I do here? Train, valid, blah blah blah, all 4 losses, okay. Nice. Here, it's valid main, Turkish. What is this? Okay. Okay. So everything is good now. Now let's just do an A/B test. Let me stop this. And then just uncomment this. Uncomment this. And that's it. Let's go do validate as well. I think I have the interval sequence set to 100 in the train. Interval set to 100. Validate interval and update. This is probably, we can remove this one because this is for epochs. We can just remove this one, I think. Just quickly double check in the train script. We don't need it. That's the only place where it's called. So if the end of epoch and epoch iteration epoch is this. Okay. So we can just remove that one. Okay, let's run and let it again. Just run a bit while we're waiting. And that's gonna be probably the last thing in the stream. Just to double check that this is working, and then this was a good work. A lot of cool work has been done today. Let's see, what else do we have after this? How to fix relative imports, I've done this. We have to add FSTP support. Add FSTP support for eval. Okay, I've done this as well. So here are going to be some next steps. I'm going to try and play a bit with Serbian just because that's my native language. And I'm going to kick off a run as soon as I get some data. And I should also add a community task somewhere. Otherwise, we're going to lose those. Let's see. Before I type enter, do we want, I don't want to keep this in spreadsheets. The tasks should not be in spreadsheets, I don't know. Because it's very soon going to become unmanageable. We can do something similar to what like GGML is doing. Just keep it on GitHub directly. Definitely not spreadsheets. I think we should just check GGML quickly. GGML, GitHub. Projects, roadmap. with first issue. This might be how they're doing it. Just keep track of these. Discussion sections, issues. Are these somehow linked from here or what? Like add option for controlling work distribution across threads. Let's see whether this one pops up. Okay, you can see it here. And you can also see it here with a label and a status to do and linked pull requests. So I think this is the best way to organize our project. I'm not sure why my activity is not showing up here. Weird. Okay, let's go to here. How do we set the projects? Quick access to relevant projects. Create a new project for this repo. Okay. Start with a powerful spreadsheet style table to filter, sort, and group your issues. That's what we're gonna do next. We have done this immediately. Just keep on adding new tasks. Let's see what happens with the new run. Something gets messed up. Trainer is here. Valid is here. English Dev is here, but the other ones are not here. Not sure what I'm messing up, but that's going to remain a to-do. Just stop looking it. Okay. Let's see what's the difference here. Start with powerful spreadsheet style table to filter, sort, and group your issues and pull requests. Easily switch to a board or roadmap layout at any time. What do they have? They have the roadmap. In the form of a board, in the form of a table. There is also a board. And there is a roadmap like this. Okay, and then there's a team backlog. Feature. Okay, let's just start with this. Project name. How did he name it? GGML roadmap. just some templates. We can start like this. Great. Okay, create a new issue. Let's see. Why is this locked down? Wait. Is this locked down? Okay, so let's submit the thing about model parallelism having peak memory issue. Is it a bug? Maybe not a bug, more of a question. Okay. Figure out the peak memory issue with FSTP when running the 6 TPJs linked here. Let's just create something. Okay, and now let's see. I'm gonna make this public. Okay, where is the description for them? Yeah, upcoming features and tasks for the GGM library. Just start from this as a template. Easier than to think. Whoops. Oops. Okay. Open. Project. Why is this glitching, guys? Open NLLB. Look at this. Okay. Upcoming features and tasks for the Open NLLB project. Tasks. Roadmap. So they have different set of tasks here. Bro, just okay. Okay. We can start from there. Short description, project name, readme, more options, blah blah blah, and just save. That's it. Project status, manage access. I'm the admin for now. Status. Okay, we have a couple of statuses here. And let's go here. So add item from repository. Open NLLB. Yes. Nice. Nice, guys. This is cool. This is cool. Status is to do. And we're gonna keep this in here. Nice. This is beautiful. Wow. Very similar to what GGML has done. We can use this to keep track of tasks and features. FYI, let's migrate the task document to here. We just have one or two tasks there, so all good. Okay. Just open up the Let's find the document. Getting started. So I'm gonna deprecate this one. Okay, Raphael has been adding some notes here. We can later just migrate it. He knows better what he's been adding as well. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up for now. I need to rest a bit, and then I'm going to wrap up the issues that I'm hitting here, trying to understand why weights and biases is messing up with this new logs. And then we're gonna try and fix the FSTP, and then the next tests are already in Notion. So yeah, let's continue there, guys. Have a nice evening or day wherever you are, and catch you in the next stream, which is gonna be 8:30 p.m. So in 1 hour and 50 minutes from now, basically. Cheers, guys. See you later.